Hello everyone and welcome to episode 22 of Baldur's Gate 3 and a special early hello to Inner. Inner, thank you so much for the Factorio stream earlier today. Since the last episode, exactly as promised, I went through and did an inventory pass, so hopefully we freed up at least a little bit of weight on our main character. Let me just do a quick sort by, I don't know, type, usually. I've got a couple potions that are out of place. We'll worry about that later. I try to spend as little time in the menus as possible, although this game really wants you to see those menus. Let's go ahead and head into the Mausoleum. Now, just as a quick reminder, specifically Raphael told us of a nemesis of his who lurks in the depths beneath the Mausoleum. Evidently, we should try to deal with this old enemy, and I think that particularly we would want to have Astarion there. Astarion is very pro, let's get this guy. However, I do think that I want to swap out Karlach because we're getting close-ish to where we'd want to do a short rest, and Lae'zel has a whole bunch of abilities that recharge on a short rest, so I'd really like to sort of make use of those while we have them. Yeah, see this incense, see that? That's $30 right there. That's why I like to go through all this stuff and try to snag it as we go. Sure, pile of skulls. I don't rightfully know. So one of the things that we've heard is that it's like been at least theorized that we're after an Orthos. I'm just going to go on record. I've never heard of this. You know, hit me up with a gelatinous cube, displacer beast, gnolls and griffins and hippogriffs. These things I've heard of. Orthos, I will be discovering this live, so please don't spoil it. But I...
Zerel, Minthara, whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Form's will alone. Not wanted. Not needed. Leave.
Really, we can't have a chat with this at all.
This place is not for you. Go no farther.
Okay, maybe I won't walk in front of this thing's vision. We'll go around the back end.
Bones everywhere. Someone's been engaging in dark rituals here. Let's see what this does.
Forgetting evades me in this infinite darkness. Balthazar is my own source of the barest comfort. The thought that perhaps she might be brought back to me. Right, we learned something about Ketheric last episode. Was it his wife? This is, don't have to answer this, but I think it's his wife and daughter died. It sort of came and went because I'm like, I'm not going to empathize with this person, but there is some tragedy in Ketheric Thorm's backstory. If Oblivion can fail, what defense have we against death? None except its mastery. Balthazar's words have never felt more promising. Alright, let's grab that for now. A hand-drawn map shows the Gauntlet of Shar. Its labyrinthian tangle of chambers and passageways stretch across multiple levels, with a vast statue of Shar dominating the central hall. Here and there are asides written in a jagged, spidery hand, Balthazar's exploratory notes. Intact wing, proving grounds, ruined wing, something present there, strange sounds reported. Rats, why so many damnable rats?
Looks like there's a temple under this place. And something deadly sealed inside it.
Just as a random aside, I'm just going to pick that up and not put it into wares. I am still hoping to find the Night Song. I can't believe how long we've been looking for it, but I very much would like to find it. And for all I know, this Mausoleum, that sounds like it has some lower levels to it, maybe this is the way. Wait, even Shadowheart doesn't know? That's a bummer. A small note is squeezed into the margins of a tome detailing necromantic rites. General Thorm's orders were clear. In order to find what lies beyond this mausoleum, one must walk in his own footsteps, deed by deed. From splendor to tragedy to infamy, as he put it. I bet you that's a clue that I don't recognize just yet. Something about, like, we'll see frescoes on the wall that show something fantastic, something very sad, and then something, you know, somebody, like, stomping on a pile of skulls or something. So Why don't we bring that with us? Melodia would understand. Sorry, this is volume 3 of Ketheric Thorm's journal. If she knew my aim, she too, I believe, would have turned to Micrul under such conditions as these. Our darling will live again. What kind of man would I be if I didn't raise the world entire for her sake? So I think Melodia might be his wife, and then Micrul might be, I'm thinking like a patron, some sort of like power source, and I think our darling is almost certainly their daughter, I think. So let's just pick that up for now. I want to hold on to it. There might be a conversation at one point where we get to empathize with him long enough to stab him in the throat.
Wanted the easy path.
Everybody's struggling, man. I don't know where they're coming up with this. A journal spanning years, beginning with the birth of a child and ending with what appear to be a series of dateless tragedies. How can she be gone? Where did she go? The Moon Maiden cannot be so unfeeling, so cruel. Not toward her most devoted servant, not after Melodia. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I won't survive it, that much I know. Forgetting is the only possibility, the embrace of oblivion, the reprieve of nothingness. It would not be possible for a man to survive knowing what he knows, knowing what can be lost. Shar understands that. Hers is the only mercy I can comprehend. My mind is full of holes, yet not enough. The emptiness, the time, the nothingness, and still I remember it all. There is no mercy in this beating heart. There's no mercy in life at all. And this is, sorry, it said on the plaque that this is where Melodia Thorm is. I just need to look at it again.
Here lies Melodia Thorm, beloved wife and mother. E Amiel Telere Manon here.
So, I don't have the details, obviously, but we are definitely picking up, my memory was correct, that Ketheric Thorm lost his wife to some unspecified situation, and at some point after that also lost his daughter, whose name I don't think that we have so far. And that this made him sad, and the torture of living with these memories, this grief, drove him to whatever it is that he's doing now, or whatever deals he wound up making. That's what I think is going on.
Empty. Not
There's
ominous in the
more to this
slightest.
place. I'm sure Lady Shar's presence is near.
Okay, I'm glad that we have Shadowheart here, because she's feeling all sorts of Lady Shar sort of ways.
Sosum Elg Elo.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap for us.
This was Isabel's resting place before Ketheric resurrected her.
Okay, Isabel might be the daughter. Why don't we all step right outside?
Oh, nothing. Either the trap's broken or someone's already disarmed it.
You didn't actually walk on it, sir, did you? Did he actually walk? Just relax. Just gonna grab Astarion. Yeah, anything short of a natural one, I'd said basically an automatic success. So there is a button there, but whether or not he thinks these things have been disarmed, I'm just going to be careful with them.
Breathe deep and move.
Now, are these like BioShock Infinite kiosks where... Oh! Look! These are the frescoes! Shoot, this is why I wanted to hold on to the books. Was it Stained Book? Splendor, Tragedy, Infamy. So Tragedy is going to be grief, so we have to find Splendor, and we have to push that button. That seems very splendorous.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Okay, Moonrise Towers is probably Splendor. What was the third? I really should have read through the whole thing. Splendor, Tragedy, Infamy. The only one we know for sure is Tragedy. Splendor and Infamy. I'm gonna go with Infamy for this one. So let's go to,
I'll give it a shot.
Moonrise Tower will be Splendor.
Best avoid that trap.
Tragedy. Infamy.
Trap. Just as I expected.
Okay, and we're going to try to disarm these. The great thing about advantage is that unless you roll 2 ones, you're not going to have a critical failure. But yeah, when I said we're going to find a fresco... Now, it's one of those situations where I, like, said exactly what it was when, in fact, I was just guessing. What kind of puzzles do you see in a fantasy-based game?
This must be the way forward.
Wait, I want everybody on this disc. Wait, glutted catacombs. Why did we just... The spell Animate Dead Skeleton does not require a skeleton to raise the dead in this area. Okay. So, well, none of us are really into necromancy, so that's why that didn't really come up. But that's the, like, I'm not going to say that Eternal Strands is, like, on the caliber of the games that I just talked about. But it feels similar when you just sort of, like, you get that word of mouth sense right when a game is coming out. So Eternal Strands is something that I would like to check out at some point. The never-ending quest for elf root. Is that one of the things? It's been a minute since I was in the hinterlands.
Gauntlet of Shar. Before my very eyes. The Dark Lady guided me here. She wanted me to find this place.
But it was really more me. I'm the one that guided you here. Oh, but if we're going to talk with anybody, let's talk with Shadowheart. She might have some commentary.
The Gauntlet of Shar. I can't believe it. I can't believe we found the Dark Lady's sacred crucible.
Why don't we play into what she's interested in? This is the place where you could become a Dark Justiciar. Your dream might soon be realized.
I know. I can scarcely believe it's real. But I saw it with my own eyes. Felt the polished stone walls raised in Lady Shar's honor. Normally, it would not be for me to pursue becoming a Dark Justiciar without a superior's command. But this is different. My lady wanted me to find this place. I know it. The Gauntlet of Shar is no ordinary temple. It is the highest test of the Dark Lady's faithful, to judge if they are worthy of becoming a Dark Justiciar. The Gauntlet has double meaning. It speaks of the ordeals to be overcome, and of the armor-clad fist of Lady Shar that would embrace the worthy. Survive the crushing gauntlet, and be embraced by the Night Singer at its very core. The old ways were lost over time. Now some claim the rank simply by killing a single Selûnite. But before, they were a true elite. Many would attempt the trials, but few would succeed.
All right. I'm glad that we have her here for this. We'll look at that plaque in a moment. So, in the first Baldur's Gate, I'm trying. It was the expansion area. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but there was a particularly long and complicated dungeon that was loaded with both puzzles and very difficult combat encounters for that first game. And this was the old D&D 2nd edition rules, so hard was hard.
Offer your pain to Shar's embrace. Hear the night song.
Oh, I very much want to hear the night song. And I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like a tower, but it's been so many years now that I don't remember. So anytime that I'm like entering into a Gauntlet in a Dungeons and Dragons game, I have like sense memory flashbacks, post-traumatic flashbacks to that experience. And like once you know what to expect and you can prep for it, it's not that bad, but I remember my first time through it and it was a grind.
The answer lies in darkness.
Well, we're not currently burning any torches or anything.
Shar's warriors must not be caught, must not be tricked. Only loss awaits the unworthy.
The voice. Is that Shar herself who speaks?
Oh! Okay, can we stop doing that, please?
The Dark Lady's path lies in darkness. Perhaps that is how I can proceed.
Okay, so we probably want to put these out. That actually was a jump scare. That absolutely got me. Okay. Like, I can't say that I'm never interested to see something based on the awards that it win, because in fact, like, if something wins a bunch of awards, I'm like, well, let's check it out. Let's see. Like, Children of Men. That's a movie that I think won a bunch of awards, and I'm not sure that just based on the premise I would have been that curious to go see it. But once I sort of like saw that, man, it seems like this has really caught a lot of attention from people. Now I'm curious to see it for myself, and then I watched it and realized like, oh shit, this movie's awesome. Like, I really, really like that movie. So let's see if we can turn these off now. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna have Shadowheart go around and do this. She got some help from her friend, but now it's all about her. I would recommend The Vast of Night to anybody that was interested in the art of acting and filmmaking, but I'm not sure that I would recommend it to people who like, man, I really like a good mystery, I really like a good story, because that is not really what that experience is about. Okay, can we maybe stop doing that now? So I've turned off... It's really annoying, though.
Pulsed again. But that glowing ring I saw may show the way.
So we're going to try to work our way around the edge and then come straight in the center. But, like, I tried that with Alyssa, and I don't know what would cause this to be different right now, even though I turned off the lights. Oh! Well, I don't know why that just came up, but let's see if we can... It's when you stand on these circles. Is it? Okay. We know that there's a second ring with an entrance over here. Let's see if we can work our way in. And then we're going to go down, here, in... here, and then forward.
Welcome, child. Follow my voice and prove your worth.
All right, you're going to say a second thing, or...
Maybe not the right time.
Okay. So I'll just walk out of here now. Okay, well, we did something. Mark said that the scene, that is the scene, and it was 100% practical. Yeah, and I read on, now, I mean, it's Wikipedia, so take this for what it's worth, but the director spent a year editing that movie together, The Vast of Night. I believe it, because there simply is not a template that I'm aware of for what he was trying to do. And I imagine that there was a lot of revision and experimentation and practice that went into getting it to flow as well as it does. And by the way, like, Mark, I'll just say this. It reminded me a lot of what I liked about that movie Monolith. Like, watching that and being like, oh, Marquardt really liked this, it made me more convinced that if you have the opportunity to see Monolith, it would at least be worth your time, because it shares something in The Vast of Night in that it sometimes is more about telling rather than showing. And it turns out that that can be a very effective story. I love it anytime I do a jump and everybody else just walks right over. It turns out that that can be a very effective storytelling technique as well. Okay, so we can go down a couple different ways, but some of them involve falling, so we'll just go down this way. I feel like I'm straight up exiting the Sharran temple, but
Moving ahead.
I don't know. Maybe we have to do this to circle around to a different chamber. Okay, stop it. What are we doing? Everybody's perception is failing. Everybody's perception failed. So we're not gonna learn whatever this is. Okay, well, Alyssa cannot be surprised, so we've got a cloaker. It's too dark. We have disadvantage. Let's learn about cloakers. They're sensitive to light. They get multi-attack if the target is frightened, which nobody is currently, but that probably means that they're going to be able to do that. And so far we only see one, but this one popped right up, so it might have friends. This guy's going to get to go. I would like to try to tie him down so that he can't actually get any attacks in on us. So, because right now Alyssa's the only one that gets to go. So let's do Hunter's Mark. And now we're going to try to do... Son of a... I was going to do Ensnaring Strike, but now we can't? Because this was a bonus action. I just assumed it was a regular action. All right. And I just used my bonus thing. Well, ice arrows aren't going to help us very much, I don't think. Let's go for an acid arrow, I suppose. And a fire arrow, because why not? And I just can't think of any good reason to just take hits. Oh, right. We used our bonus action. We're still in the surprise round. He got to do all that, and now his buddies get to go. Marquardt does have Monolith on the watch list. Yeah, Monolith is, I don't know, I found it a very interesting... Okay, but I don't... See, now I don't want to break Hunter's Mark. Well, if I'm going to get Gaping Wounds, maybe I can give them in return. Yeah! So what even is that? Attacks deal an additional 2 piercing damage, but it can be removed by healing. Well, let's not give him the chance. Can I do a sneak attack? No. Wait, why did that happen? That was just a regular attack. Is that a thing on the sword? Oh, whatever. I think we'll just hang out right here, then. Okay, Astarion. I think Astarion is... fine. Yeah, no frightening here. My best guess is that if we kill this guy, that we will, like, end the fight. I don't actually know that, but disadvantage because we're threatened from behind. Can I do this? No. 64% chance is better than most others, so... unless you roll a 1. Alright, we'll do our... offhand attack. Shield. Alright, he might be frightened. Oh, we're just outside range. And we can't move because we're frightened, right? Yeah. Because that would have been guaranteed damage against that guy. Alright, Lae'zel, can you, give this guy a good wallop? Sure, let's go ahead and pommel strike him. I am tempted to do an action surge. But I'm going to hold off. So, Phantasms, I should actually look at these guys. They're aberrations. Oh, we should have used protection from good and evil. I think that is effective against these guys. And they're ethereal. Fudge. So, trying to hit them with weapons is kind of a waste. Okay, can we move? I think Shadowheart can move. 30%, that sucks. Can we Guiding Bolt him? 56%. Let's go for it. Nope. We're gonna switch back to her regular mace. Okay, that did not go well for Alyssa, but I guess it went okay for everybody else. Shadowheart, I think, took some hits. Let's... just regular potions, I think, for now.
Keep a blade close. Should be easy.
Uh-huh. I would not eat at this table with the giant mushrooms, man-sized mushrooms on them.
Looking ahead.
So, hold on, can I talk to animals? I can. Why don't we send Alyssa in there alone? And she can just... well, then again, I don't know if, Shadowheart's gonna have something to say here. Let's go talk to the rats.
I should speak up.
Unworthy. Unworthy to walk among friendly bones. Leave!
What are you talking about?
Talking of you. Intruder. Invader. Unworthy one. These halls are not for you.
Well, I'm not going to threaten him. Can we just appreciate for a moment how high-res this extremely small character model is? Like, this guy looks great. This is not a game about rats, but this is the sort of fidelity you would expect to see in a game all about a little rat that was trying to make their way in the world. Pick up some medicine for their old father rat.
We outnumber you. Leave me be.
Wait, which one did I talk to
unworthy
before?
of dub.
There's something strange about the vermin in this place. Can't put my finger on what, though.
They're kind of devoted to Shar. So I do like animal handling. Let's try both of these. Study the rat's behavior. And we're going to add the insight bonus, guidance bonus. 14, gosh. And I don't think that there's anything else I can do to boost it up. But we don't need to.
The rat holds its ground. It almost seems defiant.
Let's consider the rat's tone and choice of words. Less successful this time. And I don't think I have any inspiration to burn.
There's something amiss, but exactly what eludes you.
I'm not a fan of this, but also you're just a rat. Is it really wise to stand up to me? I don't like being a jerk about it, but when he's like, we outnumber you.
We are small but many. Leave, or see what happens.
Are you really being waylaid by a snack? Let's just look around. Vermin be damned.
Leave. Away. My nest. My dark. This is the path of heroes. Your feet sully it. Two legs. Too familiar.
So I don't want to attack them or threaten them.
Join an army. Became an army. Leave!
So if I poke around in here, I feel like we might antagonize them. For all I know, they're were-rats or something. I don't know, start
Even the
spitting
rats have the
disease.
good sense to pay homage to Lady Shar.
Alternatively, maybe Shadowheart is just gonna, like, run right up there. Stand on the thing that they're telling us to back off of. Candles, more candles, nothing else over here. Oh, well, sorry, rats, but we're gonna take all of this. Now, there's no plaque up here, unfortunately.
A place of offering to the Dark Lady. May she embrace the entire world.
Okay, can I have Shadowheart do this? Hold on.
What am I to do?
Offer prayer and devotion to the Dark Lady.
Your prayers fade away. Nothing comes to you in return. No soothing presence, no spiritual embrace. Only darkness and silence. Your efforts must be inadequate. You must do more to please Shar going forward.
Silently swear your body and soul to Shar. Give yourself over entirely. Can we look around? Hold on. So I'm going to put a note here. Pray to Shar. Let's see if we can do anything in this area to make Shar happy first, and then maybe completely offer to give over of ourselves. Again, one of the defining things for me about Shadowheart is that she voluntarily gave up a large portion of her own psyche in order to serve Shar. So when Shar's like, nah, not enough, like, what else are you expecting?
Feed your bodies and rest your minds. Lady Shar needs her warriors strong and ready.
So maybe we need to rest and, like, have her come back with full hit points.
Nothing.
The handwriting is a hasty, lopsided scrawl. About the pages are blots of ink and what may be smudges of dried blood. Lady Shar continues to preserve me, though escape is impossible. The beast still prowls our halls, though the sounds of battle no longer reach my ears. I fear my brothers and sisters have fallen in defense of the Night Singer's sacred gauntlet, but I shall wait. The beast will not linger for long, surely. A shorter entry, the handwriting even more skewed and erratic. The beast still remains. Why does it not just leave? And why does it sing? The food is gone. I must preserve my strength. The final entry is barely legible. Mistress, embrace me, please. Boy, this place goes on. Where did we start? This is the chamber with, like, the first thing that we did. And then we came through here, we went through the Mushroom Hall, and now we're in, as I thought, just a different part of the temple. I don't know if there was anything over here or over here, so... But there's now some bad guys in here, so we're probably going to deal with these. Alright, so... Like, we're gonna go do this, right? That's why I was turning off the lights as we went.
You prowl my battleground. Why? Are you friend? Foe? Thieving scavenger?
You find yourself in a dead, putrid skull, somehow hosting a tadpole amongst a squirm of maggots. Another presence lurks within, manipulating the corpse like a puppet.
A friend. An uninvited friend. I do not request help.
Who am I really speaking to?
Come join me and find out. I want to look at you with my own eyes. Stinking pile of ogre aftermath! The quakes herald the shadows. They found me.
I feel a bit like this fight has nothing to do with me. I feel like there's two separate factions here that are very mad at each other. So these guys appear to be my allies for the time being. And then this dude who just showed up is not. And then we've got these portals, which based on what we... What the hell is this? Oh, these are other... friends, quote-unquote, that are coming to join. All right. But from what we just saw, I do think these umbral tremors are going to summon more dudes. So why don't we try to deal with those first? Corvus can make it over here. And then hopefully do some guaranteed damage to this thing. Okay, we'll take that.
Idle.
Due to her marksmanship, I think we're gonna have Alyssa. Okay, but we can. That's our. So our. We need to move this much closer. So let's see if we can. Go like 5 meters this way. There we go. One more then. Now, it's almost certainly going to be her turn. We can do a bonus action. Oh, can I, like... For 10 turns? Sure, why don't we put on some... Well, hold on. Because we have an abundance of, like, not toxin, but, like, poison. And I know that you think that those are the same things, because I would, but that's not what I mean. Or did we give those to Lae'zel? But that's Alyssa's turn. Maybe we'll actually draw her back a little bit.
I am fury. I am death.
All right. I kind of want Lae'zel to get into range of this Justiciar Avenger. The fewer of these we have, the better. Let's have Astarion go first. He shouldn't have any difficulty taking out one of these on his own. Perfect. Now... Oh, because he used his bonus action? That's why we can't do, cunning action hide? Right, alright.
Let's go.
Time to strike.
Not enough movement. Is there any way to get in that close? There is, but it involves a dash. Or a Githyanki super jump. I think we'll just do the regular dash for... Where's regular dash? There it is.
Make way.
We will end turn, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of other guys that get to go. I am not at all convinced that I am, like, on the side of these skeletons, but they're on my side, so we'll just let this play out. I'm tempted to do a daylight right in here, but
On I go.
for now... I think if we don't kill it, it doesn't matter. And then Healing Word, which is probably an upcast. Yeah, all the way to level 3. I don't want to burn level 3 spells right now.
Foul assemblage. You should never.
Should we just stab this then? Well, hold on, because she can also go in conjunction with Corvus. Let's go ahead and get this closed, I hope. This is what? 2 to 16? We've got a relatively good shot at doing it. But not quite enough. And then Corvus, any option we have to, like, lock these guys down with opportunity attack seems good. Yeah, the enemy of your enemy is your friend for now. It's an uneasy alliance, I'd say. Let's go ahead and close this. Alright. Lae'zel, let's see if we can double up our attacks. I'd really like to kill this guy. And then I'd like to blow this up.
Taking position.
So we can attack... Ooh, gosh, I sort of want to attack that sphere. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like especially if we're supposed to be, like, honoring or impressing Lady Shar, destroying the Dark Justiciars is not the way to do that. Hold on.
Moving.
45%, or we can go for a Guiding Bolt. 65%. Let's try that. Oh, just light that guy up. Down he goes. Okay, let's stand right where we are. By the way, why does it have a purple dot on it? Do we know? It doesn't really matter. These guys are getting, the Dark Umbral Terrors are getting more and more hit points, I notice. guess we'll just let that be. Oh, did Corvus die? Yeah, Corvus went down. I didn't even notice. Marquardt noticed, though. I didn't see it happen. All right. Astarion, finish this. No, surely he didn't. Okay, that's a little annoying. He used both of his attacks for something that clearly didn't request it. And we're gonna go ahead and grab all this stuff as our consolation prize.
I will ascend.
And then I really want to be up in this guy's face. I confess, I don't actually know that those things are gonna birth new enemies or new Dark Justiciars. It's just that's what happened in the cutscene, so that's why I'm prioritizing killing them before they turn into guys with triple the hit points as the rifts that birthed them. So she's got one attack. How many dudes are left? We've got this rift over here. It's really just the two, but how can it just be the two? Because we see this one right here. I would like to try to smash this with my light mace.
Focus, Striker.
And that's all she's got. Hello to Ronan! Ronan, how's your Tuesday been? We're doing a fight that's against reconstituted swordsmen and resurrected or reanimated Dark Justiciars. So that's how this Tuesday's going. I mean, yeah, I guess. Let's use some of these things. This is the reason that I have Lae'zel around. Let's go from a 65% chance. We're going to give ourselves advantage. And then... I don't know if these three guys count as allies for the purpose of doing a distracting strike, but let's... Actually, maybe I'll just hit him once. And then we could try to follow up. Yeah, I probably should have done the precision strike. And then she doesn't really need her second wind yet. Yeah, this... She would definitely get back to maximum hit points, but that's why we want to wait a little bit. I'm gonna give this person a shove.
Delicious.
But still up. Alright, let's go for our backhand attack. How many hit points? 1 hit point. Surely you can land this. Awesome. Alright, now we'll pull back. Ronan says Tuesday was alright. Less tired than Monday. It actually warmed up in the local area a little bit, so I was less frigid trying to get up out of bed. That's been a thing these last several days. So one of the Umbral Terrors had 32 hit points. The ones that I can see right now all have 16 again, so that's good. And this one feels a little closer to Shadowheart, but then again, there's 2 over here. So why don't we bring her this way? For all of my attempts, there's like more and more and more of these guys. Dark invaders use umbral tremors to travel to the material plane. Yeah, so, like, smashing these seems to be the right thing to do, but, man, there's a lot of them. We're gonna come around here.
As my feet can carry me.
And why don't we see if we can... Okay, this should hit both of them, including the sphere. And then I'm just going to do a regular attack against this one. But that way we have a little bit of fire damage. 1 point of fire damage so far, but it's something. And I should absolutely do Hunter's Mark. I've just been a little bit hesitant to commit to what I wanted to do. Now, we can get Corvus back. We just can't do it in combat. At least I don't think we can. I think you have to be out of combat to summon. Can we jump over here? Okay, so we're not going to get up far enough to hit with the sword, but we can maybe shoot that guy a little bit. 12 hit points. I think I'm actually now going to use the action surge. Well, let's see if we can kill it. Okay. That's better. We're going to switch to our sword and stand ready. Now, this seems like an opportunity to use cunning action dash. And we're going to haul... Yeah. I like this position because I think it limits how many dudes are going to be able to get into melee range because he's got his like shoulder to this wall. And then we can just do a regular attack because for him, dashing is a bonus action. Or do I want to go for Blur? Blur's a level 2 spell. It would be his second level 2 spell. Let's go for sneak attack. 25 points of damage is a damn good sneak attack. Okay. Let's hit with light mace. We're gonna skip with the poison. And I feel like I'm okay, but we will like down a potion. Shield, please. That shield has come in so handy for him. I'm very glad that we picked it up. He's got Mark of Putrefaction, vulnerable to necrotic damage, or loses its necrotic resistance. Well, I don't know that that's helpful for me, but... I vote that we hit what we can hit. Let's throw on Hunter's Mark this time. Critical hit. Down in 1. Alright, so that gives us a 90% shot. Well, see, I just put on my Hunter's Mark, so we can't move it in the same turn. So, let's move up just enough to lose the disadvantage. And then we're going to shoot at the guy that's already damaged. Oh, well, hey, I'll take the critical hit. We went from critical hit to critical miss. Okay. Being right in this guy's face is a good idea, I feel like. Rend the enemy's body and soul and possibly stun them. I think this guy's body mostly is soul. Let's do Hunter's Mark, because I've not been doing a good job of... I do it with Alyssa all the time, but then I forget to ever do it with Lae'zel. It's free damage. I should do it a lot more. Oh, 1 hit point? Do I want to use my action surge? No, I don't feel like this guy poses any sort of threat to her, and if he tries to move, she's got him. If he tries to shoot, I think she's also got him. All right. Can't reach destination. Really? He can't make his way around all these dudes. But we can shoot our bow. Too dark. I'm gonna take this shot though. There we go. And now he can do his... Oh, was that his whole thing? Okay, then let's have him cunning action hide.
Let's find some prey.
Oh, he didn't do it. The shadows are too good at seeing in shadows. I noticed that there's no more portals opening up, so hopefully we got ahead of that. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a version of this battle where you have 30 dudes showing up if you don't get those portals closed in time. Alright, yeah, I really want to get into smashing range. Nuts. 64% chance. Yeah, no one else can help out. So we've got this dude over here is who I'm thinking about. When I said help out, I meant, like, I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if we could get a sneak attack bonus, but no one's ready to go. Let's move our Hunter's Mark. And now we'll take our 2 shots. Darn it, I shouldn't have come so close. Now it kind of feels dumb to try to do anything. Like, to burn a superiority dice over this doesn't seem like a very good idea. And we're too far out for that. And I can't back up. Okay, so then we'll actually not... Well, is there a harm in taking the shot? 1 out of 3 times we'll land this hit. But I'm 0 for 2.
Yes.
This'll be fine.
Ah, the interloper. And in one piece as well. Not just any true soul would have succeeded in following my path through this place. You should be pleased.
Who are you?
You are a true soul. There is no excuse for you to not recognize your betters. But never mind. Your potential may outweigh your ignorance. I am Balthazar, Chief Advisor to General Thorn, and entrusted with a mission of utmost importance. Do you know what is at stake here.
Let's see if we can do this history. And we might be able to get a little bit of a bonus. Oh, this is very unlikely. We'll give it a shot. Oh, maybe. Oh, my low intelligence. We failed.
The thought eludes you. Perhaps you saw a passing reference in some old tome.
Enlighten me.
There is a relic here, one which General Thorn desires. No, needs. I will retrieve it for him, and you will help me. Ignorant you may be, you've shown some prowess in scouting and combat by making it this far.
This necromancer has Kethric's trust. Helping him could be just what you need to gain access to the man himself.
Well, the trouble with that plan is that then he has whatever this relic is. I feel like I can get access to him in ways that don't also make him more powerful in the process. Jobs like this always go smoother when I know exactly what I'm looking for. Sure, that's fair.
Fine, if it'll spare me your bleating. The relic lends the General his strength, his invulnerability. It must be recovered before his enemies attempt to exploit it.
I don't understand why we wouldn't pump this guy for any information that he's got. And he's not going to get the Night Song. I've put way too much effort into finding the Night Song to hand it over to this guy and his weird bone ogre. You need my help.
I do not need you or your help. But you are here in spite of that, so I may as well make use of you. The relic is close, but the way is barred and Shar's dead are uncooperative. Clear the path for me by blade, cunning, or whatever it takes. I will remain here until you have succeeded. Or fallen.
I'd trust this gasbag about as far as I can throw him, which isn't far. But perhaps better to play along for now.
For jobs like this, it's good form to provide your operatives some extra resources. Let's give it a shot. I feel like the worst he's going to do is kill me.
Fine. I will assign flesh to aid you on your way. Ring this bell, and he will come. My brother is no intellectual powerhouse, but he is strong, loyal, and punctual. Should a fight turn against you, remember the bell.
Okay, new goal. We have to get Flesh killed. I'm hoping that if we can get Flesh killed while he's out with us, then he won't be at this guy's beck and call to take part in the fight later. I mean, obviously. Sure, I guess we can act, it is your brother?
In part, yes. My poor unborn twin. Mother always resented me for it, said I strangled him in the womb. If you can believe such tripe. Besides, once I developed my powers, I fetched him from the graveyard and brought him back. Gave him a new, better body. Alas, Mother was not pleased.
I can't wait to kill this guy. What happened to your mom?
We're still close. She's in a jar on the shelf. Over there.
What exactly will you be doing while I'm out risking myself?
My creations need tending to. Not that it's any of your concern. This one's broken. He once tormented me as a youth, lifetimes ago. Now he serves me forever. No rest for you yet, Mikan. You will serve me until I am satisfied. Flesh will remain here until called. But don't fear, he has very sharp hearing. I chose his ears myself. Now, get to work.
Okay, so we need to... My goal is to get into some sort of fight where we can get Flesh either mortally wounded or outright dead. And that will... Because these guys die more dead than they are currently. We're definitely not working with them. I don't know, man. There's something to be said for, like, playing along until... Also, I wanted to see if his mom is actually on a shelf, because maybe she would be helpful. Like, brain of mom or something.
Don't waste a step.
Mostly stuff that we're going to get in trouble for stealing. We're going to pass up on that bowl. So we've got a lever, and we've got this stone door, and a whole bunch of other areas. So I guess we'll just continue on this path that we've carved out for ourselves. All right, no idea. Oh, no. No, we're back here. Okay, so this is the northern passage. So, do I want to go over to the west here, or east rather, and see what's there? Yeah, let's go take a glance. Especially now that we have Flesh. Now we're looking for any opportunity to get that guy dismembered. Okay, so now we've been over there. This is where we came in. Yes. So the Gauntlet of Shar is presumably up there. And then we've got this odd area in here, which may or may not even be traversable. We've been over there. At least I think that we have. I think we have. Alright. Yeah, let's go north again. Shadowheart could pray directly to Shar and like give herself over completely. But I'm hoping that between here and there we can do something that will be like lower the difficulty class or elicit some sort of a response from Shar. Oh, you guys! It's one of the things I know. It's a Displacer Beast. I remember that from the Chris Pine movie. Let's learn about him. He's only level 5. Dark Vision, Evasion. So he's going to be very good at dodging spells. Gets an extra attack after making an unarmed or weapon attack. And then gets an opportunity attack. Very strong, not very intelligent or charismatic. I don't know if I have very many spells that will hurt him in the charisma. I think we're just gonna walk down there, and then maybe we can cast that spell if we want to. Wait, why not? Oh, he ran off. I bet he has, like, friends. A single level 5 Displacer Beast didn't seem like it was going to be that big of a fight, which is why I didn't want to, like, waste a spell or spend a scroll. But I bet they've got friends. I miss Corvus. I don't want to do a short rest. I want to use all of Lae'zel's superiority dice before we consider using a rest. You know, I want to wring the most out of every day.
There's something out there. I can feel it.
This is where the Displacer Beast went, apparently. So we've got Marigans. So they can see normally in darkness. Magic attacks after an unarmed or weapon attack. So these guys are very dangerous. They're quote-unquote only level 5, but look how many there are. And most of them get to go before I get to go. And they've got a woof. Okay, this guy... This could be the guy that we're supposed to kill. It's not his... He's not an Orthon that I know of, but he's a fiend, and he fits the bill for who Raphael wanted us to kill. So I feel like we summon what's-his-face. Yeah, you go kick the shit out of them, or don't. I actually don't care. And I'll just be right back here. Hanging out. Getting ready to reapply my hunter's mark to that guy. Just come right back around the corner.
Turn someone inside out.
So they've got a very well-lit area here. That doesn't mean that we can't do cunning action hide. And yeah, let's get over here. We're going to start moving him into position. But hopefully in a way that they can't actually hit him. Yeah, as Marquardt said, time to get fleshy. That's his catchphrase. How many hit points do you have? A bunch. Yeah, no, if every single one of these guys comes over here, takes a chunk out of flesh.
Don't let anything get past you. Let's see how many pieces can be blasted off you before you die.
And then, like, sort of single file marches into our blades. That would be great. But there's so many of them. This is one of those cases where it would be awesome to have a fireball. Okay. Really? We don't have, like, a scroll of fireball? Scroll of banishment. What is this against? Charisma? That would really be helpful. What's your deal? So, unfortunately, he's got a pretty good charisma. +3 would be his saving throw on that. It's unlikely to work, unfortunately. What else do we have in here? Okay, looking through our options. Wait, oh, wall of fire. When better? Let's do some wall of fire. So, wall of fire. So, one thing I don't know is, like, how would you define where the wall goes? Like, if we could just do a wall of fire right in there, I feel like that'd be great. Is this a bad idea? I don't know. Okay, let's put it like... See, I don't know how this works. I'm going to click here. And then, yes, okay, so you can choose where you want it to go. But that's too far away. So we could move her first, and then, like, draw a line of fire right through those dudes. And then the only other thing is that maybe we should wait and have Shadowheart do it. Because they get to go together on this turn. So yeah, new plan. We're going to move this scroll over to Shadowheart. These guys are not undead. Otherwise, like, turn undead would be great right here. And I think that Lae'zel is going to come up here and wall up this guy. We're going to start to thin their ranks.
Not no failure.
And remember that I think we did give her the thing where now she pushes, she shoves to get... Yes, +1 to armor class. So let's shove. It's a really disappointing turn for her. Inner's got a turn in. Inner, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I hope you have a great evening. And congratulations on the views.
Concentrate.
Okay. Wall of fire. I want to move up as best as we can. And then we're going to draw wall of fire. How about from here all the way through that guy? Are you serious? Oh my god! I read about them, but I didn't look at their immunities. I'm so sorry, you guys. I thought that was such a good plan. That sucks. Oh, I burned that scroll for no reason. It just did nothing. Oh, we don't even get to control him. I sort of assumed that he'd be on our side, but no, that's even better. What are these? Quickly ticking mine. I don't know when those go off, but I can only control some of my dudes, so we'll have to wait. Here's what we'll do. I'm out of spell slots, I realize. Well... it's too dark. Let's douse this guy in... well, hold on. Let's check his resistances. Poison, cold, and fire, but not acid. So, let's hit him with acid.
You've made a grave mistake.
I don't know why that didn't acid him. I must have fucked up somehow. Alright. And... that's... well, let's pull back a little bit. There's really no reason to be visible. So he's got some bombs, or at least he used to. A smoke powder bomb. These guys might not take fire damage, but surely they take, like, explosion damage. Smoke powder? No. Alright, but somebody does have them, so let's just find out who. Smoke powder bomb. Alright, we're gonna give one of these over to Astarion. And is throwing that is an action. Yes, so let's go ahead and detonate that right in the middle of these three guys. Okay, that did what the firewall didn't, which is mess him up. Now, he's still got a bonus action. Oh, you guys, the arsonist oil! This will transform their fire resistance to vulnerability and... oh, but targets that are immune to fire damage are unaffected. Okay, so these guys are straight immune, so it wouldn't do anything. Otherwise, again, not a terrible idea. Let's go for one... well, I don't want to jump down into the acid, though. So we'll probably pull him back. Oh, here. We'll do this.
Make it hurt.
And just don't be in the explosion radius. I didn't like that. Okay, we have the ability to see invisible things. like a scroll or something. So we should be able to tease him out. Okay, so let's start with Lae'zel. Lae'zel can reapply her hunter's mark, but this is actually fine. She's just barely touching that explosion, so I don't want her to take any heal damage. That didn't work out so well for Achilles. I think we definitely need to kill this guy. Really. And then... Boy, that guy's got some reach. I just want to move a little bit outside that range. Let's go for Action Surge. This is the illusory copy, isn't it? Oh, this guy gets a strike if we go into his range. Okay, so let's not try to do that. So we could use an action to, like, see invisible, but that doesn't feel like a very good use of her ability. So here's what we'll do instead. Let's have Shadowheart do, yeah. We're gonna send one of these over to Shadowheart. Now, Shadowheart is on fire. I just don't feel like there's a lot that I can do with that. But let's see if we can find out where Big Guy went. Wait, where is he? So he is not visible to her. That's a little disappointing. Could we shove this guy away? We've got a 60% chance, but I'm not sure if that will let her move. Let's try. We'll move there. Now let's shove. Boy, she just... If she's very successful, that guy just doesn't move very far. Probably a better option would be for her to heal herself at this moment. Let's have her drink a potion. That should also cure the burning. And it's basically all she's got. Which I was hoping to expose What's-His-Face so that then Lae'zel could do something cool. I don't want to move closer to this guy so that he gets a free hit. Instead, we will... Let's do some sort of range superiority dice thing against him. Or kill his mom. Like, if we could get... Yeah, I want to get this guy. Not quite enough movement to do that, but if we... Yeah, I feel like we can come here. And then we'll do... Hold on. How is... Whatever. It's very, very, very dark, apparently. We're gonna do a precision attack. And... maybe like a distracting strike? I don't know if this is gonna work. Because not a lot of other people have the ability to hit. And then... goading attack would be helpful, but yeah, we're gonna do another precision strike to try to give us the highest possible chance to force this guy to attack Lae'zel. Wait, did that removed? Is he goaded? So I managed to remove the distracted, so that was terrible, and I should feel ashamed. Against aberrations. Are these guys aberrations? They're fiends, no. Alright. I feel like that's it. We do have a bonus ability. She really doesn't need that yet. Let's move our Hunter's Mark on to this guy. I thought drinking the potion made her not be on fire, or maybe that just happened this moment. Okay. If Alyssa's going to hit anybody, I'd really like to hit that guy. And it looks like she can do it without getting too close to the other Displacer Beast. So let's move her mark onto this guy.
Here, I think. More.
And... Wait, why? Okay, so if we do move up, we're going to get the attack of opportunity from this guy. So let's move around then. And now we've got the shot. So we are at a disadvantage. What are you immune to? Nothing. All right. So why don't we... This feels like it would do a lot of damage. 8 to 21. 9 to 25, though. Yeah, arrow fire, then. And we'll couple it up with an acid arrow. Now, Alyssa does not have a high armor class at all, so she's going to withdraw.
Let's spill some blood.
Okay. Astarion somehow can get up here without suffering an attack of opportunity. Is he currently hidden? I don't feel like he is. I think maybe he's just straight up immune to it. I want to take this guy out. I feel like if we take this guy out, then the illusory copy goes away. This looks like we won't step in the acid. I might be wrong, but this feels like our best shot. We can't get advantage on him, so we're just going to go for it. Do you have any more? Anything else in you? He doesn't. He's so close, but not quite. I think Displacer Beasts are cool as shit. I think that's a common opinion, but it's a panther with tentacles. I can't believe Shadowheart is still standing. And there we go. Oh, there he is. I don't know why Shadowheart wasn't able to see him. It kind of feels like he would stand out once no longer invisible. He must have some better form of invisibility. Improved invisibility or something. But no, so far, this is great. This is exactly what I wanted to do with Flesh. So, I would like to help Shadowheart, but... Uh-oh. Wait, where did Displacer Beast go? Displacer Beast Prime. Do we know? Okay, but we can do an arrow strike down on him. Now, she also has a fire arrow, so let's hit it. Wait, use arrow fire on Astarion? I didn't mean to. We'll use shield. Okay, Displacer Beast is still standing. Okay, the illusory copies are done, so that's good. That was also her turn, though. So... I guess we can sort of, like, get up here and menace this guy. But I want to move up here. Yeah, and we'll stand ready to do something cool, but we can't yet. Wait, Flesh is red. Is that bad for me? Oh, he's going berserk. That's what's happening. So he might just attack randomly, which is not going to make this better. Can I help? So we could help Shadowheart to her feet, but that would be our whole turn. Let's step out of the explosion. And then... Oh, you guys, I'm in trouble. Let's go for sneak attack against this guy. And then a regular attack against this guy. And then I would like to be mostly out of sight if possible.
This feels good.
Okay. Can you do a help move on yourself to not be on fire anymore? No. So what we can do, I still think that you can drink a potion. I'd love to get that guy, but I don't see an easy way up. So we will... Here's what we'll... But that's our bonus action. I want to drink a potion. Let's drink the potion first. And then we'll go up here. And... Weave the lost magic of the children of the deep Dwera into your shot and possibly blind your target. Where did he... I don't know where he got this ability from. For now... I think we'll just do a regular dash. And I'd like to stay out of the acid. So we'll come up here and be ready to reposition on the next turn.
Fight's gotten stale. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Ow. Oh man, that guy's invisibility sucks. Okay, this seems like a great opportunity for cleave. And if we accidentally hit flesh, that's fine. Let's... Okay, but let's think for a second. Let's use our last precision dice. And for a bonus action, let's take some acid. I could have sworn I just saw acid. Sorry, poison. Yeah. Coat weapon. So that's her bonus action. And now we're going to do cleave and hopefully hit all these dudes, all three of them, including flesh. And now she gets one more attack. Let's see if we can put this guy down. No. No. She's many things, but she's not Karlach. Okay, well, flesh is down, which is a victory, but it does give them fewer targets that are not me. So, Shadowheart is about to go down. I'm gonna use my action to get her up.
Right in no time.
And then, what are my bonuses? Potion of speed would have been a smarter idea much earlier in this operation. Can we jump over here? Because what's-his-face is... Yeah, wait, I don't know why we can see you. But I can't do anything about it anymore. So, let's jump there. We need distance right at the moment, even if we lose height. And then we'll go over there.
Death's cold grip.
You guys, I picked up another cloak and I didn't actually put it on anybody. I kind of forgot to do that. Let's see if we can... So that's a ranged attack, though. Let's see if we can flourish this guy to throw him off balance. Which we did not. And then we're going to do... We can't do a sneak attack. So we'll follow up with any attacks that we do have against this guy. And that's it for Astarion. Shield! Ow! So, we cannot spend any actions right now getting Shadowheart back up. That guy's reeling from having hit her adamantium armor. Trying to kill this guy feels wise, but also we're at a disadvantage because... Oh, she's been poisoned now. Well, I feel like this is a good time to use her second wind. I don't think this will cure her of her poison, though. No. She's a lot healthier, but not 100%. So, we do have some antidotes. Probably a good idea. We could also use our action to throw this. But these guys, like, I've got Alchemist Fire, and these guys are all immune to Alchemist Fire. We can throw an Acid Vial at them, but that doesn't feel like it does very much. Let's take an antidote. This cures... Well, that's Dwergar. All poisons. Yeah, let's... Now, why can't I drink it? Because it is just an action. It might be because it's inside of a bag. So let's take one out. And then we'll just rerun the search. Okay, why can't she drink it, though? Because that's an action. It should be. Drink. It says I can't. I object. Yes, I can. Oh, no, drinking a potion is a bonus action. It's a bonus action. And I just used my thing. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I sort of feel like you should be allowed to use a full action to drink a poison, an antidote. I go make a sandwich and come back and see the diplomacy works once again. Yeah, it's not going great. Okay, but what we do have is scrolls. Now, fire isn't going to help us out. 33 hit points, we'd blind somebody, but a bunch of these guys are already blinded. Let's take an inventory of our scrolls. Hold person is against wisdom. This guy's... He's got high stats all up and down. I mean, it might happen, but... How about hold monster? We do have one of those. Is that a better one? Paralyze a creature. He can't move, act, or react. This is against wisdom again. It doesn't seem any more likely to land. What other scrolls do we have? Scroll of push everybody the hell away from me. Okay, I don't know why it does that. Like, you guys, watch this. Scroll. I click on scroll, and it, like, does equipment instead. I don't really understand what it's doing there. But if you do scroll and then press enter, then it works. I need something that hits everybody all around me. A cloud of spinning daggers that attack anyone inside. It does require concentration. She's about to take a lot of hits. The black tentacles. Smothering. 3 to 18 bludgeoning damage per turn. Well. And this does everybody, not... Yeah, all creatures, not just us. Flaming Sphere won't help us now. Feign Death. We'd cast this. We don't really need to feign death right now. Targets drop everything and become fearful, and this is against who exactly? Targets, it says plural, but it doesn't... This is against wisdom. We could try it against these two guys. What's your wisdom like? Not very high. We could try it. I assume this hits both of them? I sure hope so. I don't know if we can hit that third one. They're not highlighting in any way. Like, at all. Like, that guy highlights, but these two don't. Are they immune to fear? Would I know? Oh, maybe it's because they're blinded. Are they both blinded? Maybe they have to be able to see you. Yeah, they're both blinded, so maybe that's the deal? I don't feel good about using this when they're not even, like, highlighting. Okay. New plan. Blight. It's good against plants. It's not necessarily bad against these guys. Cloud of Daggers isn't bad. I gotta say, a minor elemental feels a little helpful. This would be poison damage, but I feel like we saw that these guys are good against poison. I just don't feel... All creatures in the line of eruption. Let's try this. I know that they're not immune to lightning. Okay, see, now they highlight. So we could hit all three of these guys, and maybe some of our friends. I honestly don't know. Let's go for it. Lae'zel, go lightning bolt. And then that's actually her turn. Mark is saying hold person is against humanoids. He's not sure if it would operate against fiends. I'd like to think it would tell me, but I'm actually not sure. Can I shove this guy back? We've got a 55% chance to do that, and if I do, I lose my ability to drink a potion. Right, let's just drink the potion. And then we're going to switch to our sword. And... Weakening Strike, why not? Okay, he saved against it, but we did make the hit. And now we'll just do a regular attack.
There's blood in the air.
Okay, Sharran has 1 hit point. This guy has 10. Now, if he can hit him, then we're good. We could also blind him with a spell. With a 16% chance to succeed. Just not a lot of great options. Let's use our bonus action to heal for a whopping 5 hit points. And... Piercing Strikes on this guy. He did exactly the amount of damage that he needed to not die. I will absolutely take that. I genuinely don't know what to do. Part of me wants to move far away, and then part of me is like, if I do that, then I can't help out with the fight. I think we're just gonna wait. Oh dear. Shield! Ah! No. Okay, well, we got all out of the poison. I want to save Soulbreaker for Big Boy. So I really hope with the advantage she can land these hits. And Shadowheart's almost stabilized. Like, she's succeeded 2 out of her 3 hits, so... God damn it. Shove. Okay, so she gets an extra... Oh, and she killed him! I was just doing that to annoy him, but that actually worked. So... No, she can't get over there. She can't run. Let's... I kind of want to stay near Shadowheart. Let's move here. We'll still be pretty close. Okay. Do we have any tricks against this guy? We do have bombs. We do have grenades. I do have potions. What kind of potions do we have? I don't know. It feels a little bit late in the battle to try to do potions, but some of them only last for 1 or 2 turns. I'm still going to do that, though, you guys. Potions, enter. When you kill a foe, you gain 5 temporary hit points and an additional action, but you have to kill him, and I don't know that we're going to kill anybody. Hill Giant Strength. Increase your strength to 21. Can be thrown at a target to apply its effects. She's engaged in melee combat, but she has a finesse weapon, so that's actually not as critical. Weapons deal an additional 1d4 damage. You gain advantage on strength and saving throws. Maybe? These guys don't care about poison very much. How about Oil of Accuracy? That seems like something that's worth at least giving a shot. So now we just have to use it. Don't click on it. Okay. We will code her weapon. So that gives her a better shot at landing these strikes, and it's just stab from there. Okay, 2 hits. If we move away, we suffer an attack, so we'll wait. I don't know how to tease that guy out. Like, we tried C invisibility, and he just doesn't become visible. Okay, we've got a little bit of time with Shadowheart. We will do regular attacks for now. Yeah. And then another shove. Now, she still has the Oil of Accuracy. This guy's got 8 hit points, and her weapon does 7 to 17. So it's more likely than not that she rolled minimum damage, is what she did. Shove backwards? This guy would land in the acid. I don't think that actually does damage, though. I feel like it's an armor class thing. She needed to roll 1 more point of damage, and that guy would have died. Okay, that's 1. Shadowheart has stabilized. Astarian's on the bubble. I feel like we're going to jump over here and spend our second attack. This guy is the luckiest motherfucker in the world. All right. This guy has a crossbow. It's real bad news. Let's try to pull back as far as we can until we have vision, and I'm going to drink a potion of greater healing. And we'll wait a second. Okay. Lae'zel, let's help Astarion back on his feet. I prefer not to walk in the acid, so we're going to jump over there, get him up. That way he doesn't run the risk of failing that last... Yeah, no, do it. I know it's hard for me to believe as well, but we do want him back up. And I'm sorry, the acid, does that... I don't know if it causes damage. We're going to try to go up here. Okay. For her, we're going to switch back to bow. I would love to prep True Strike, except you have to cast it on a target. Like, we have to be able to see him, and I don't know what to do about the fact that he's never visible. I guess we'll just have to tease him out. Okay, let's do Cunning Action Hide. And then... we'll just walk. Okay. We entered an area that was too bright, and now he can't do anything for more. So, we have every reason to believe that he's right there. So, why don't we throw something, some sort of grenade at him? Smoke powder bomb? Smoke powder satchel, I think, doesn't explode on... when ignited, damaging... It's a very powerful hit, but we have to be able to ignite it. And if we throw it, that's an action, and then I don't have any way to do it. Alchemist Fire won't hurt him. So let's do Smoke Powder Bomb then. I actually don't know the radius, but I'm going to guess that he's right here. He's been here for a bit. Okay, that's cool. Do I have any options to follow up? Let's make him bleed. Oh, wait, can I do that Soul Render? Yeah, Soul Breaker! Why? Why can't we hit him? I have a bonus action. I can drink a potion. I can't get close enough to do that. I guess we could do that for the 20% that would hit. Can't throw that. Piercing shot. 20%. Sure. Okay, Alyssa, we need you in range right the hell now. Okay. 36%. We could queue up a True Strike to give advantage. The trouble with that plan is then he's going to go invisible again. I can coat him down with acid. It won't hit Lae'zel. She's unlikely to hit with the thing. Do we have a scroll? The thing is, we know he's going to go invisible again as soon as he can, so we have to hit him... Hi. We have to hit him with something real hard. Banishment is unlikely to land. Chromatic Orb? Sure, thunder damage. Why the hell not? Cast. Select variant. I don't know where we would do that. Does anybody know how to select the variant? I don't see any similar... Select variant is what it says when I try to do it. Honestly, the thunder damage would be just fine with me. Oh, hello to Hihu! Hihu, I hope you're having a great deal. A great day. So Hihu, these guys are immune to fire. Fire is usually my go-to. We could do Scroll of Cloud of Daggers. 4 to 16. I mean, he'd probably just move. Do I have anything that does more damage than that? Yeah, these particular guys are completely immune to fire. And there doesn't seem to be any way to oh, yeah, just scrolls. That's fine. We'd go for this. It's a strength save, but this guy seems pretty strong. Oh, he's mega strong. That's never going to happen. And roll of Scorching Ray is like one of the things that I would do. Damaging all nearby creatures and objects. Inorganic materials such as stone have disadvantage on their saving throw. This is a Constitution save. I bet you this guy has mega Constitution. It's almost as high as his strength. I just don't have anything that hurts this guy. And we have such limited options every time. We have such limited options to hit him. Scroll of Ice Knife does up to 22 points of damage. Let's hit it. 12% chance. You guys, I just don't know. Let's queue up a True Strike. And then, like, we can't actually take the shot this turn. The odds of him obliterating her are relatively high, so let's get behind the post. I don't know why it says I can't reach destination. I think that blocks his line of sight to her, so he'd have to move. And I don't know if on Shadowheart's turn, no. All right. And then here's Astarion. So Astarion can, I think, come up here. And again, Solid Chrome Hickey, thank you very much for doing the shout-outs. We'll do Cunning Action Hide. And he's got some pretty good bonuses. We're going to try to get up in range. If he spends an attack, yeah, if he spends an attack knocking Astarion down, that's fine, honestly. Sure, regular strike.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Okay, but that was her turn. She's done. Yeah, no, that dude is super fucking dead. But not dead. He's like, I'm gonna have to roll for success. Yeah, Sentinel him. That was a very good hit. So, well, I don't know why we got to see where he went, but I gotta say, Powder Bomb worked well last time. I don't know why we wouldn't do it again. Thank God I held on to these, huh? Okay, we can see him. That is her turn. Why is it too dark? So it's too dark for her, it's going to be too dark for Alyssa. I can't throw a light bomb at him. Yeah, we never would have gotten a Constitution save on him. Screw it, we'll take the shot. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, he threw out a bunch of bombs everywhere. Well, then, I don't know, man. That sucks for the people in the bomb radius. Maybe Astarion will die. We still have True Strike on this guy. Can we do Brace? Can we do Sneak Attack? I should have walked Lae'zel up. We can't do Snaring Strike. Brace! Yes! Okay, so this is gonna do more damage if we hit. And does she still have Oil of Accuracy? Because I will absolutely burn another one of those. We have to land this hit. We don't. Okay. accuracy. Okay. 80%. We've got 2 shots. Do we want to try to acid him as well? Yeah, fuck it. Every shred of damage that we can do, we're gonna put it all out there. Three hit points left. 6 to 13 damage if we land this. Just a regular strike. God damn, the disadvantage. Do it. Yeah!
What an Orthon to a place like this. We'll never find out now.
Okay, but we're not safe because there's still bombs out there. So let's have Lae'zel get Astarion up. Marquardt, thank you very, very much for the cheer. And then we're gonna move away from the bombs. Astarion will move away. Wait, can he do this? I'm gonna have Elissa do it.
Not as bad as it could have.
Get you up. And then move away from the bombs. Shadowheart moves away from the bombs. Astarion moves away from the bombs. But yeah, this guy is frozen in time. I don't see any bombs around here. I'm going to exit turn-based mode. And we're just going to wait a second. And they should all explode in 6 seconds. And we're fine. Okay. He evaporated into dust. Whew. F5. It was a really good combat. Oh my god. Shadowheart, can you heal yourself up? What's your best? Mass healing word would heal everybody. Is it even worth Well, okay. Hold on. Let's talk with Astarion, because he might have something to say after we beat the Orthon.
This temple certainly is grand. Well, it's a rundown bearing the weight of centuries sort of grand, which is my favorite kind, incidentally.
The Orthon is dead, aren't you pleased?
The Orthon is nothing. I'll have my satisfaction when Raphael makes good on his word.
Nothing, you say? Because I just happened to notice that in that combat, you weren't the one going toe-to-toe with him. I wonder if you might have had a different opinion. Where do you think we can find Raphael? Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, no, actually, I'm a little bit on this right now. Repeat after me. Thank you for helping me. It was very kind. Do I want to say this? I'm not even concerned about what he thinks of this. I'm concerned about whether or not my character would say that, because it's not like she's the master of charisma. And it was a pleasure to kill him. It was a pleasure to kill him. I want to be clear that, like, the only reason I'm not saying this is that I honestly don't think that Elissa, with her charisma of, like, 7, would, like, be that offended. I just don't think that she's much into the social niceties. She didn't do it to get a thank you, but he's kind of being a prick right now. It was a pleasure to kill him.
I'm glad you had your fun then. I am here to provide an endless array of delights.
He looks like he got dunked in, like, you know that dye that you used to color Easter eggs, but like the violet variety? He does need to go to camp, but we're going to do that. Here's what I think we do next. I need to make sure that he's with us when it's time to go see what's-his-face, but that might be for a while. So let's go to camp, and we're going to swap him out for anyone. Oh, we haven't talked with her.
There is no before.
So you've always been a bone man?
In a sense.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
Not yet.
Well, hurry. They've got to be somewhere, and I don't want them worrying. Then I'll teach you to conjure those vines.
Kid, I'd do this for free. Like, I don't actually need a... I'd like to learn to do the vines, but you don't have to worry about, like, bartering for the safety of your family.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
A temple dedicated to Shar. More than a temple, perhaps. A proving ground. This must be where Ketheric Thorm grew his dark-cloaked ranks.
We haven't seen this guy in like 5 episodes because we went back to the crash.
An unwieldy number. You must cut someone loose before I... Ready at your side.
Apparently he's got a level up as well. Let's F5 before we do a level up, but it should be straightforward. So he's got a new action. Just in case it wasn't cool enough that he could turn into an owlbear, now he can turn into a saber-toothed tiger. Take the shape of a saber-toothed tiger that can shred armor and regenerate hit points. This means that it reduces their armor class by 1, and it doesn't... Oh, I guess it's down for 2 turns. No word on whether or not it stacks. And regenerate hit points. Did they just make him, like, the best character in the whole world? I think we'll go with Alert. I think Alert fits his character. He might not be... I don't know if it works when he's in animal form, but honestly, it's the ability that works. It makes the most sense for him, since we don't know what else would work while he's in animal form, and the answer seems to be very little. Yeah, I think we'll go with Alert. He's in tune with the land. Lock it in. Okay, is he all bloody, though?
Let's get going.
Oakfather presents...
Oh, yeah. No, he's in a big mess. Okay, and then that's Oliver/Thaniel. He shouldn't have a lot to say, and Jahir is still feeling real bad.
Yes? You have news?
Oh! Hold on, look at this. Ketheric's power stems from a relic in a Sharran temple. His pet necromancer is trying to reach it.
You've learned so much. That tadpole in your head already begins to pay dividends. This relic must be your focus instead, then. Find it. Strip him of its power. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
Complete the Gauntlet of Shar. Is that... Where is that? Directly to the west? Or east? East.
How much further can I go?
Sorry, this is Orthon's bed. This is what he was sleeping on. Oh, gross.
A bed made of corpses. Disgusting and uncomfortable.
Well, this is mine now. We acquired an umbral gem from the lair of the Orthon. To enter the temple's inner sanctum, we must complete the Gauntlet of Shar, trials made for her elite soldiers, the Dark Justiciars. Area map was okay, but the local map was ugh.
Lady Shar. So many must have toiled to make a visage so grand. It's beautiful.
Okay, hold on. Let's let Shadowheart
will guide me.
interact with this.
On the altar is an inscription. Brave the gauntlet of your Lady Shar, surmount her trials, and rise a dark justiciar. Your convictions are proven true. This is the gauntlet of Lady Shar. Perhaps here you can show yourself to be worthy. A dark justiciar at last.
What do we know about the Dark Justiciars? And we will absolutely add our bonus. Oh, thank God. Those are terrible rolls.
The Dark Lady's cadre of elite warriors. The most faithful, the most envied, the most ruthless.
Okay, the trials of Lady Shar, recall what they are. You must know, surely. This is a harder one. But I think we will have gotten it.
Lady Shar's values are clear. Her children must excel in stealth, combat, and navigating her sacred darkness. Lastly, she asks for a sacrifice. To become a Dark Justicia, one must spill the blood of a Selûnite.
Well, technically, we killed all the Selûnites at Last Light Inn. Does that count? They were undead monsters at the moment that we killed them, but there was blood aplenty.
There are recesses on the altar that look intended to house something. Another such receptacle already contains a gemstone.
Okay, well, we've got one of them. Hold on, let's give the umbral gem to... Shadowheart, and then she can put it on there.
There is work to do.
Wait.
What is this? This isn't another of your episodes, is it? Has she had quote-unquote episodes that I've missed out on? She occasionally flinches when her scar hurts. I have no idea what this means. It seems very rude. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong at all.
You detect the gentlest of presences disturbing the temple's ancient, stale air. It seems to encircle Shadowheart, welcoming her.
I felt a presence. What is it?
My lady. Shar. You may have felt her, but I heard her. She gave me a mission. There is a holy weapon hidden away. The Spear of Night. I have to claim it. Then use it to make a sacrifice in Lady Shar's inner sanctum. If I succeed, I'll become a Dark Justicia.
So here's the thing. Shar seems to be up, and this, I don't mean to make a pun here, but actually seems to be up to some dark shit. Like the whole human sacrifice thing that we're talking about right now. At the same time, we did read that book that was like, look, Shar and Selûne were like real tight until like this whole disagreement over warmth came into it, and like Shar has sort of been given a bad rap. I don't know. Maybe the Selûnite that we're gonna meet is gonna be a real jerk. So this is really important to her. I don't like this just to appease Shar. That seems super judgmental. Where's the spear?
There's a library in this place somewhere. That's where I need to look.
I'm not going to call it nonsense. I'm going to ask her if she really wants to go through with it. I'm not a big fan of this second part, but...
Don't worry. This place has been empty for years. The sacrifice can't be a simple mortal. More likely it's a monster. And we're well versed in dealing with those, aren't we? We need to find that spear.
All right. I mean, that... I feel like this is her quest, so... We found an altar in front of a locked door. There are 3 slots for umbral gems. We'll need to find more if we want to enter the temple's inner sanctum. Nice. Bulky door. I'm going to say that this looks like it's going to be a whole new area. So I think that we're going to save it right here and call it for this episode, because otherwise it's going to go real late. So we'll call it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me for episode 22 of Baldur's Gate 3, and we'll see you guys again very soon for the next episode. Until then, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.